it's Friday.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. We got this.
Wait, you're trying to get on Instagram, but we're already on Facebook? Is that what they're?
Well,
Okay.
Jesus,
That's the
Mary
deal.
Joseph.
Didn't you say our mic was hot? Okay. Okay, thank you,
That's
Lindsay.
good to know.
Yeah. You may get more behind the scenes than you like.
Okay.
All right, I think we're going to be.
Turn down my,
I think we're live on Instagram. Should I just hit it? Can you tell me if we're live on the KGW TV Instagram page?
I will go to the
Hey, what's up
Instagram
with
page
that? Why are we
here.
looking at Ashley in there? Is that going to be there the whole time? Oh, I'm going.
Probably because she's.
Here we go.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday.
And look at this, Brendan. We're now on Instagram. I'm going to do
Good
the,
job, you did it. You hit the button right this
yes,
morning.
I'm going to do the Nina Melhoff job, which is to hold the phone for the Instagram.
Hold the phone.
followers. And we are also obviously broadcasting live as we do every day at this time on Facebook and on our KGW.com website. Nina usually holds the phone with that extender.
Yeah, where is that?
Do you want me to hold it for you?
Well, why? What's the difference?
If I hold it for you,
Yeah,
then,
okay.
then I can just stand over here and I can let you guys.
Well,
And I'll
you
just
need.
stay behind the
Are you-
camera.
are you
No,
literally
I
just
don't
do
think
that the
that's
whole time?
right.
No, I'm just kidding.
So you're going to hold it.
No, I was just joking. Just gonna let you hold
I
it.
kind of like the idea.
Do you?
Yeah, okay, anyways. We have lots to talk about today on the Sunrise Extra program. The first thing, it's always something that you can't always get to talk a lot about during the Sunrise TV program because we're on a time crunch. But we really like that story about the couple in Beaverton
That's a
who,
great story.
you know, it's a little sunny out, so she drops the visor in the car and a bunch of lottery tickets fall out from the visor. They almost blow out the window. One of those lottery tickets happens to be $1 million
Woo!
winner. So a bunch fall out.
crazy.
And apparently, according to the story, she said, hey, we should go check these before we just toss them. Let's go check and see if any of these are winners. The first one they checked was the $1 million
wow.
ticket.
But that was the one when she pulled down the visor and they were in the car, it almost flew out of the window, right? She almost lost it altogether. So the question is, what the heck would you do if you won $1 million?
Because they were asked that question, and the couple said they're going to pay off their house.
Ah.
And I think we had our producer, Jess, look up, if you were to win the $1 million, after taxes, you're going to look at a $680,000 or so payout. So less than $1 million, what do you do with that sort of? We always talk about dreaming of lottery winnings, and what would you do if you won the big one? Well, this is a nice one, I'll call it.
It is. They'll be comfortable.
I mean,
So people are already weighing in. So I'm going to start with Shauna. She says, buy a new home and pay off bills and donate the rest to beat cancer. That's awesome. And we have Serena. Open a business in a business-friendly city outside of Portland, taking a
whoa.
shot there at the
There's a
city
slam.
council. And let's see, Priscilla says, if I won $1 million, I would buy a piece of property and build my dream home. What would you do?
that sounds nice.
$680,000. I tell you what, I'm down with the paying off the home thing. I mean, honestly, everything, all the stresses ultimately come down to that one, that payment that hangs over my head every month, our head, I should say. You hear that?
I think we hear Ashley talking to the
Yeah.
Today
Can
Show.
everyone hear that?
That's really
They
behind the
probably
scenes.
might not be able to hear that though. So
Judy also says the first thing I would do is the 10% to help others. Is she talking about tithing? That's what I know about 10%,
Yes.
isn't it? Maybe?
As,
After
someone
that,
who
pay
was
off debt, help my family, and go on a trip. Well done.
Born and
Pay
raised
off
Catholic.
student loans. Jerry, I get that.
would you give it to your alma mater or did you go to Monsignor
No.
Bonner High School?
I've already
where
told you
you
I'm
went?
paying off my house. And yes, we would have some left over. I would then ask my sister how much is left on your house. Maybe you can help her with
interesting.
that. And I think between hers and mine, we're probably out of the $680,000.
So you would just get rid of it all? You wouldn't invest any and save it for later?
Wouldn't it be nice to just know I've got this one thing, right? I've got this house. Now, obviously, you still have to pay taxes on the house each year.
Property taxes,
And
you
hopefully you can
bet.
come up with that in dire times if need be. But just to have that one huge weight off my shoulders, because...
That would feel enormous.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's not like, it's one of those things where it's like, especially, you know, if you're already, you know, getting close to retirement, you're like, I'm retired, I'm taking that and I'm going to go do, like for, you know, those of us that are still looking at that like a long way away, I would think maybe, you know, I mean, just conservative, like, invest it maybe. Maybe it could turn into something a little more. I don't know.
We're all in different situations. I'll be honest with you. I'm 45 years old, and I just signed on to another 30-year mortgage. That puts me at
Ooh.
75. So
Okay.
yeah, getting rid of that would
You
be.
should
That
get
would be
that
a-
15-year mortgage
Yeah.
and get that down.
You should.
Doesn't that take a little bit more money?
Put your wife
spend
and
that
kids
entire
back to
winnings
work.
on your house. So you can
The
take that
boys are
stress.
10. They can earn a few extra
Yeah,
bucks
go
for
mow
you.
some lawns.
It's
Come on,
great.
kids.
I'd love to pay it off in 5 years, but I did the math and can't do that right now.
You're going to be doing Sunrise Extra for 30 years.
Well, maybe we'll sell the
If
house
we're
before
so
then
lucky.
and downsize.
Oh my goodness.
All right, thank
Oh,
you.
Vegas. Jordan, yes, says Bellagio. Love that. How fun.
You know-
Kathleen, what does she say?
Rob.
Yeah,
Also
you see that?
said charity in
Wait.
my mother's name. Oh, to help with those with trauma. There are lots of altruistic people out there helping family or doing something for charity.
There's
What
a-
were you guys talking about?
There's
Well,
a
there's
lot
Rob
of
Simpson.
positive. Yeah.
There's
Well,
Rob
I'll let
St.
you talk
Helen.
about Rob. We're going to talk about these positive things, and then Rob chimes in and says,
I feel like I have to apologize for starters. Although most of the people that tune in on the Facebook feed, or pardon me, the Instagram feed, normally see Nina's face in here most often as she holds the phone. Usually with the stick that puts it out a little bit further. I'm holding it with my hand, extended from my elbow.
Get right up in there, Drew.
But Rob St. Helen says what he would do with that money, he would get me a great wife. That's what he says, not me. He says.
Oh, I was like,
no,
wow,
not
what's
me.
wrong with Mia?
His exact quote: "Get me a great wife."
he said kidding.
Yeah. Then he said he's kidding.
And he said, and then he reiterated that.
Yeah, I would assume if you put a comment like that on social media, you don't currently have a wife.
Maybe we should also ask the question, could you ever be a gold digger? Could you marry somebody
song.
just for
can we play
money?
the song?
Right.
Again, that's the question we're asking today.
Oh, producer Jess said yes, I could
we
be a
play
gold
that?
digger.
The story
That's
again,
fun.
Beaverton couple pulls down the visor of their car. A series of lottery tickets falls from that visor that they had forgotten about. One of those tickets ended up being a $1 million winner. They just got that news this week. After taxes, you're looking at like a $680,000 payout. So we're asking, if you won that lottery jackpot, if you won $680,000 or so, how would you spend that money? You probably can't quit your job.
How do you win $1 million? What is that? Like you match, like you don't match all the Powerball, but
I don't even know
five
what
of the
game it
six.
was, but I
Okay.
think it was a Mega Millions.
What are
and in
the
some
odds
cases-
of that? Is that a good investment strategy? Like maybe $1 a week on the lottery? Are you
Well,
guaranteed to
probably
win
not
something?
the best,
like,
but it's fun to dream.
Yeah.
Rebecca Drew says pay off debt, then invest, invest, invest. She said maybe a trip to Croatia. They've got some beautiful beaches there. Suzanne Sheffield Curry, buy a house and take a cruise and help out my 2 daughters. See, that's good stuff. What else do we say? Lots of,
dreaming.
everybody wants to pay, we all have
some
bills.
golf.
Everybody wants to pay off
pay
debt.
some bills,
Yep, Tina, I hear you,
take a
girl.
vacation. I'd like to buy a house way out somewhere.
Wait, this is my favorite. John, I'm gonna go get funky with Brenda Braxton.
Whoa!
Whoa!
I'll tell you, John, it's going to cost a lot more than $680,000 to get funky with that one.
I can be bought. That's all I'm saying. I can be bought. That's hilarious.
I have a greater appreciation for Miss Melhoff right now because my
your arm
arm,
getting tired?
my arm is
Do you wanna
tired.
take-
Do you
wanna
want to
break?
trade off?
No, it's not that bad, honestly,
I'll
but it
hold
is
it for you.
something. She does this every day. She holds the
you
phone
go.
up there
I'll
the
hold it out here.
entire
I know, I
broadcast.
feel like-
You know what we need to
Let's
do? We need to put. Oh well, no. Then it would be
look.
like a different. No, Jay, we can't have you do that. Jay, look at this guy. Look, this guy does all the work here, carrying the camera around.
Oh,
Then he
this is
volunteered to
good.
hold the
I was
phone
completely
for us
okay
too.
with Jay doing that. It is hard to read the comments from the people on Instagram.
No,
it kinda is, yeah.
The phone is in
hard.
Jay's hands.
Ooh,
Next-
Tina also says, or maybe this is another Tina. I've lost track, guys. Invest in my grandchildren's college. It'll probably be $680,000 if we don't get that.
Now Rob's
under
getting
control.
serious. Set my kids up for college and take care of everything for my 89-year-old dad. Yeah, there you
Very
go.
nice.
We knew you had it. We knew you had a soft side in you, Rob.
Yeah, there
We
would
knew it
be
was
a
there.
Charitable acts by Robin St. Helen.
Well,
the
let's
man
get
who
back to
previously-
dreaming
yeah.
what we really want to do with the money.
The man who previously said I would get me a good wife, now coming forward with some what you might call better answers.
Oh my gosh, Mark, yeah, I feel you, buddy. Give 85% back to the state of Oregon and the feds, kind of like with my current job. Doesn't it feel like when you look at the taxes
Wait,
that
so
come
they're
out,
already going to take
it's
like
painful.
45% of it, and you're going to give another 85% back?
No,
That's
you're
going to
just
leave you.
being
I can't do the math.
sarcastic.
That doesn't add up, though.
It goes above 100, yeah.
It
but
does. So
I guess he feels like he's being
you're going to win the
pinched-
lottery and still owe money. Wait a
pinched a little
minute.
bit.
Jennifer Hamlin is saying exactly what we were talking about. Put it in the bank. Sadly, that is not a lot of money anymore.
Right.
It's not.
It'll go quick.
It's just not,
I mean,
unfortunately.
you can't just retire on that. Like, you can't, I mean, we got a long way to go, man.
Then again,
so,
yeah, that's different standards of living, whatever those may be. I always tell my wife, we don't need to live like this. the way
Totally.
we're living, you know?
I think I
You wanna
could
live in a tent?
totally downsize, not that far
Go
down.
camping?
But
Right.
really, I mean, if I could travel and use that kind of small apartment or something for a home
Absolutely.
base, I think I could be happy for a while.
I've told her already, I said, I'm okay with, maybe after the kids leave the house, which we're still looking at another 8 or 9 years from that. But I would be totally
do that
comfortable moving into a 1-bedroom apartment
Does
with
that
her.
work?
Where we don't have to take care of any property.
Yeah.
And we can just kind of use whatever money we have left over to go see things and travel. She, on the other hand, wants more property. Doesn't
Well,
need a
she
bigger
grew
house.
up-
but
She
yes.
grew up on some property in Estacada.
She's got that estacada in her mind.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I think she wants to look outside and see horses.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
So far, I've given her a dog.
You Rancher Drew, a dog, but a cute one. Okay, let's see. Donelda, buy a home, start a business, save for my children. I love that everybody's thinking ahead. Let's see. Stacy says start with charity. Make sure my kids have money for college. That's it. I like that. Nancy, I would quit work immediately. Been at the same job for 45 years on my feet. I wonder what she does. 45 years.
What do you do?
I don't
Yeah,
know. I've
let's-
been here almost 30, and I haven't stood the whole time, though. We used to sit at the
This
desk
is
back
this
in
is
the
supposed
day.
to be good for you, right?
Yeah, no,
so she
I-
must be in really great shape.
Can I
Well,
ask you
maybe.
about
From all that
by the way?
standing.
I
Tell
thought
me.
this year was your 30th year at KW.
In August it
oh,
will
it
be.
is? So, okay, I thought we might be coming up on the anniversary date. How about
It's
that?
August 21st, I think, 1989 is when I
We
started
need to
here.
plan a party.
Isn't
30
that
years at
crazy?
KGW this August. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Isn't that wild?
It's
I mean, I
crazy.
don't think of it like that. When I say it, it sounds like, oh, but every day you just get up and you go to work and you raise your kids and you go through life, and before you know it, it's been 30.
Does every day go faster and faster?
I do think time goes faster because you're busy. I mean, I
Right.
thought I was busy when I was back in grad school. I'm like, how do I wrap my self around all this work I have? And then you really get into the thick of things, and it's like that's really hard.
I have told myself, and then you can correct me because you've gone through this now recently. I've told myself when the kids leave the house, whether that's for college or job, whatever the case may be, things will slow down again, and I'll have more free time on my hands.
You
Is that-
do.
Okay, thank you.
You absolutely
You're starting to make me
do.
nervous. Like
That's
never
funny
coming
too.
back.
I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I loved the time that I had that I was a true empty nester because they came back home. Now I only have one back home, but at some point I had both of them back home, and then they're kind of gone again. But I loved it. I missed them for about that much, and then I'm like, oh no, I can get used to this. I like it.
So our goal has to be to get them immediately sufficient so that as soon as they're out of high school, into
Right.
college, or whatever the next thing is, into a trade school, into something that starts paying them money, paying them the bills, and paying them to get out of the house.
Right.
For good.
Not coming back.
Okay.
But hey, you know what?
That'll be how we will measure our success.
I'll
then.
cross that bridge when it comes to it because I'm sure you weren't planning on that either. When it happens,
No,
you deal with it.
No, absolutely you do, because that's what you do for family.
Right.
But yeah, you will have time to hang out with your wife and do hobbies, or like I can go home and if I want to drink wine in the middle of the day, I'm going to drink wine in the. I mean, I don't have to do anything that I don't want to.
Right.
Really.
Let me just say this.
Wow.
Thank you to those following on Facebook, on Instagram this morning for chiming in with the topic of the day, which was what would you do if you won $1 million?
Yes,
Not like
we
the biggest
digress.
jackpots out there, but $1 million in the lottery. And while people continue to chime in on that, and you can still do so. On
I
all of our
concur,
social
by the
media
way,
feeds.
with your praise of Nina because my arm is now killing
you
me.
might-
Should we pass it along to Brenda?
Well,
Can Brenda close
we
the
don't-
show out?
I don't want that
She's
close
like, I'm
to
not
me.
holding that.
All I was going to ask is 4th of July plans. It is less than a week away. Next Thursday is the 4th of July. Brenda, can I announce that you won't be here next week? Can I say that?
Yeah, sure you can. I'm going to be it's a little bit of a staycation.
Okay.
I'll be here for the 4th. I just won't be here. And then we're going to a family reunion. I've never been to Iowa, and my boyfriend's family is from this little teeny town in Iowa. It's called Belmond, Iowa. And so we're going to go back there, and I'm going
I
to
worked
meet
in
all
Iowa.
this
I don't remember that
extended
town though.
family.
Central Iowa?
Belmond. It's
Okay.
that small.
It's that small.
Yeah.
The only thing I care to really see in Iowa would be the Field of Dreams.
Dyersville, just west of Dubuque.
Okay.
I've been there. It's very cool. You need to go in August when the corn, or July, August when the corn is starting to get a little higher, because then
Okay.
you get the true
Yeah, the feel of the
feeling
movie.
about like maybe Ray Costello is just gonna walk right out of the corn and say hi. But
I'm pretty excited because, for all those years, and I think it was 12 in a row, I worked on the 4th of July. And I would always be up at Fort Vancouver. The day would start at like 11 a.m. and it wouldn't get over until the fireworks went off at like 10, 15.
yes.
And I saw you up there a few years. We
Yep.
would run into each other.
Yep.
So for 10, 11, 12 years, I
And then
did
you
that
got stuck
every
in the
4th of
traffic
July.
coming back.
Actually, as soon as they set up the fireworks,
You were out.
I ran to my car. And I would watch the fireworks. I'm like, okay, they're still going on. I get in my car and I start driving over the bridge, and I could see like the grand finale, and I know I made it. I beat the crowd. And then I would hit the next crowd watching the Waterfront Blues Festival fireworks. So if you leave one crowd, you run into another. My point is this: I don't have to do that this year. I'm actually off on the 4th of July.
What are you going to do?
We're not going anywhere either. I know our boys have baseball Friday, Saturday, Sunday of that weekend, but I just want to see fireworks with them.
Yeah.
Because for so many years they saw fireworks without me.
So do you set them off at your house? I mean, because that was a thing when we were
My
little.
sister-in-law and her husband live in the neighborhood or near enough to where they do it, and we don't have to do it at our place. So they'll do some in the driveway, and then maybe we'll go venture off to a bigger show
That's
later that
fun.
night. Yeah.
You know, from like the Selwood or overlooking like Oaks Bottom, I
yep.
think you can see some of the larger Portland fireworks. So that's that way you wouldn't have to come all the way into town and then fight the.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, are you here all next week?
We are going to be in Sun River, actually. We decided to take Patrick on a little Sun River getaway, and we're going to put him in a bicycle for the first time. Got a little bicycle. He calls them back-a-daddies. He can't say bicycle, so he says back-a-daddy.
Back-a-daddy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Bicycle?
Well, he's 2 years old. You know, he's got his vocabulary is still developing, and so we're going to put him. We got him some swimwear, a little like floaty device, and so we're going to try the pool at Sun River, and we'll see how that goes.
That'll be fun.
And then, so we're just looking forward to a relaxing couple days. We'll be back on the 4th, and then haven't quite figured out what we're going to do from there yet.
So it is the weekend before the 4th of July weekend, but that will be here soon enough. So have a great 4th of July. If Brendan won't be able to say it to you anymore, so say goodbye, Brendan, to the audience. She'll see you after the 4th of July. I'll see you next Monday. Chris will be here as well.
Yes.
What about these people?
Oh yeah, I don't know why I'm just so.
And Cameron J. Cameron J. is taking a
What about
little
all
I'm
these
enamored
people?
by
Camping trip,
the
too,
phone
so.
in his hand. All right, guys, thanks for watching.
Happy Friday.
peace. Sunrise Extra. All right, now I need to find the off button. Wait, Drew.